So by the end of this video, you're going to be able to rank at the very top of any keyword or search term that you want on TikTok search. In my agency, we follow this 5-step procedure that I'm going to show you with all of our clients. The example that I'm going to use and touch on throughout is from a UGC video that we made for Graceland's Glamping, a really sick glamping location just outside of Magherafelt in Northern Ireland. So this video received 300,000 views, over 13,000 likes, 4,000 saves, all organically without any ad spend. More importantly though, it resulted in a ridiculous amount of bookings to the site. Not only this, but almost a year later, it still ranks #1 for glamping in the entire country, which is a huge search term for people who are looking for this kind of a getaway. So what do we mean when we say TikTok SEO? The concept comes from Google and other search engines, which ranks content on a number of different factors to ensure that the results or websites shown match the intent of the user. So businesses and marketers use tactics to rank as highly as possible organically on terms that their target customers are looking for. This collective process is known as search engine optimization, or SEO. It involves optimizing websites by using certain keywords and creating specific content, as well as linking to other websites. This is done to drive more traffic to the website and ultimately boost sales. So TikTok SEO is the exact same process, but on TikTok. Ranking as highly as possible on TikTok search for search terms and queries that your potential customers are searching for. Again, this is ultimately to build connections and drive sales, regardless what business it is that you're promoting. TikTok search is, however, slightly different to traditional search engines. Recent data has even suggested that younger generations use TikTok search more than they use Google. But it's pretty contested how true this actually is when it comes to purchasing products and services. But one thing's for certain, they're 100% using TikTok for ideas and inspiration. And quite often, people discover businesses and products on TikTok and then go elsewhere to actually buy the products and do more research. But is TikTok SEO right for your business? More than likely, yes. Utilizing TikTok is legitimately useful for any business in any industry. But I'd argue that ranking highly on TikTok search is even more important than putting out videos, as it can get you directly in front of your target customer. Whether your business is online like e-commerce or is more local and targets customers from a specific location. And the best part is, it isn't even that difficult. For SEO on Google, you'll likely need to get someone in long term who's going to look after your website. But using my 5-step process, you'll be able to rank highly on TikTok search every single time. Without further ado, let's jump into it. So #1, identify your target audience. If you don't already, you need to know who you're selling to. Be really specific on this in terms of their demographics and interests. Looking back to our glamping example, we identified our target audience as females aged 18 to 35 in Northern Ireland. These people were looking for weekend staycations or getaways at a reasonable price, where they could relax for a few days and get some photos with their friends and partners. #2, research. Now that you know who you want to get in front of, you need to know how you're going to do it. So as we already know, to get in front of them and rank as highly as possible, we want to match our content with what they're searching for. This will really depend on your business type and will involve you getting a little creative. For our glamping example, we knew our target audience were looking to stay relatively local. So most of the terms we were playing about with in our content included NI, Northern Ireland, Tyrone and Sperrins. As well as this, we had to actually try and work out what they were thinking. What did they even call this kind of an experience? Glamping, getaway, holiday, staycation? Like, what were they typing into their searches? And this is what you have to try and find out. By searching for all these different terms, you start to see what other words were used in similar videos that did really well. In our case, glamping as a term was really hot last year, so along with our locational words, that's what we were going to target. We worked this out largely from the searches that TikTok suggests you look at next. These are based off other people's searches who are looking for similar things or the same sort of information. So TikTok are essentially giving you your target customers' pain points and the information that they're trying to find out, essentially giving you the keywords that you should try and target. And this can often give you answers to the next step. #3, coming up with content ideas. So this involves creating the content that you actually want to rank highly. So you've got your search queries, your key terms, and the pain points that your target audience have. And it's time to use these that you noted down earlier to brainstorm video ideas. You can use ChatGPT to help, but make sure you're giving it context and an understanding that you want it to work with you, not just blurt out 100 content ideas. The key to your videos is that they actually provide value in some sense. You can't just make a shit video and then get it to rank highly, as it'll just get poor engagement. But if it does rank highly and your video's shit, it's actually just going to tarnish your brand. Once you brainstorm, you want to choose a number of ideas that you like and that are super relevant to what your audience are actually searching for and will solve their problems. I'm not going to tell you how many videos to plan and script at once. I'll leave that for another video, but just do as many as you feel confident with for now. In your scripts, you want to include as many of the keywords that you want to target as you possibly can in each video, and then make a list of all the relevant pain points and search terms that it directly relates to. In our glamping example, we used the voiceover and used the key terms that we wanted to target in the first few seconds of the video to really match that audience's search intent instantly. And if it was me, I'd film all these videos at once purely for speed. #4, edit your videos with SEO in mind. So edit your video as normal with B-roll, cuts, whatever you want, but export it without any captions. Then when you go to upload it on TikTok, add captions within the app, not in your editing software. I know you'll be more limited in the caption style, but TikTok and many other agencies claim that on-screen captions and text are taken into account when TikTok ranks videos. Now, I personally am not fully bought over by how much of a difference it makes, but I've been testing it across a load of accounts, and although I've had some of my best results using text in the app, such as the glamping example, it could just be a coincidence. To cover your back, I'd stay on the safe side and use in-app captions, but feel free to test it as you create more and more over time. Number 5, and this is the key, write in your descriptions. When you've inputted your text, added your sound or whatever else, get the list you made earlier of the key terms, pain points, and relevant questions for that individual video. Create a basic description plan for everything you want to say in it. Then input the keyword or term that you want to rank for a number of times in the description when it's relevant. As well as this, then include the exact questions and queries that your audience need answered. It's key that these are the exact words that your audience are searching for, and this is why you need to know them inside out. You want to make these descriptions long enough that they include these terms, but not so long that nobody's going to read it. Again, the description should also include a hook and pique their interest at the start, with genuine value given to the reader as a payout. Now, the controversial one. Hashtags. I would use 3 to 6 of the keywords that you're trying to target as their own separate hashtags, as well as combining some of these words together. I've actually found that hashtags are really useful for locational targeting. So again, we use the likes of hashtag glamping, hashtag glampingNI, hashtag Northern Ireland. I'd recommend split testing different options and different length descriptions to see how they perform against one another. Lastly, stick your location in the geotag if your target customers are from a specific location and are relevant to your business. I've seen the likes of e-com businesses doing this though when it's not as relevant, but it's completely pointless and may actually stop potential customers from seeing your content if they're not from that area. And that's really it. It's that simple. I guarantee if you use this process and even just some of the tactics, you will keep your audience and their needs in mind, making it easy to rank highly on TikTok search. However, you do need the basics first. Your content does have to be high quality and actually match what your target audience want to watch. Everyone expects good visuals and audios nowadays, but you also need to understand the video format and style that your target customers like. Again, this will largely depend on their demographics. And secondly, you need to be consistent with it. You probably won't rank first for something on your very first video. It takes a number of videos and attempts to actually see results, but it means you get to practice and target other keywords and that you can react if another business starts ranking above you. And yeah, that's us. Now you have the knowledge to rank top of TikTok search using TikTok SEO. Like the video if it helped, subscribe for more, and go over to Instagram and follow me at AB5Social to see how I can blow up your sales by using socials.